I'm a Miami Heat fan, but I'm a realist. We are not coming out the East. I'm not. That's not happening. I'll be happily shocked, but it's not happening. We don't have the roster. We don't. We don't have it. We don't have it. Now, who I think is going to be, I think it's between three teams, and it's the three teams at the top of the list. It's between Boston, Milwaukee, and Philly.
Ooh. Okay.
Right now, I think the two teams that have the better chance out of the three is Boston and Milwaukee. I'm gonna go with Milwaukee. I think I got Milwaukee winning the East this year. Right now they're on an 11 game win streak, and I don't see how anyone's going to be able to stop them right now. Um, Giannis is doing his thing as always, but he has a healthy Chris Middleton now. You had Drew Holiday put up 40 last night, so when you got a team like that, you got everyone else that's pretty much stepping up. I don't see not I don't see, but I just feel like they have the momentum that's carrying them into the All Star break right now, and I think it's going. I feel like it's going to carry over all the way to the playoffs, and I feel like the Bucks have the best chance to get to the finals.
Mm, 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 mm.
All right. Me,
Yep.
I picked this team early in the season. It's the Celtics. The Celtics are the best team in the league, not just the East. They're the best team in the league. All right. If you pick anybody else outside of Celtics in the East, it's because you just trust Giannis probably over this. You think Giannis is going to take over. But as far as team, it's the Celtics. On top of that, they got the star player Jason Tatum who's stepping up this year. But let me tell you why. Celtics, right? Right now, they're fourth. They're a great offensive team. They are a great defensive team. They're fourth in offensive rating while being third in points per game. They had the fourth defensive rating while allowing they're sixth in points allowed per game. And they have switchable pieces from 1 through 5. They can match up with anybody in the NBA. No matter who they playing, they can put a lineup out there that can match up with anybody defensively and still have the offensive power on the other side. No matter who they put out there. All right. They're a great rebounding team. Milwaukee is too. Milwaukee is first, averaging 49 rebounds a game. Boston is fifth. Sorry, Boston is sixth, averaging 45 a game. Only 4 rebound difference. I get it. They're seventh in assists per game, so they're not just relying on the heroics of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They moving the ball, but when Tatum and Brown has to take over, they do. All right. So, and one thing, when they signed Michael Brogdon, I would never forget when I got the notification that Michael Brogdon was going to Boston. I knew he would help them with this right here. They committed the 6th fewest turnovers per game this year. That
Mhm.
was their biggest issue in the playoffs. They would turn the ball over at a high clip because they didn't have a point guard. Not saying Michael Brogdon is Chris Paul, not saying he's a Ricky Rubio or nothing like that, but he is a point guard. Marcus Smart is not a point guard. So having Michael Brogdon on the floor is limiting the turnovers for Boston Celtics, right? Which was one of the Achilles heel last year in the playoffs. All right. They're also top 5 in fouls per game as far as like not fouling, meaning they can defend without fouling, which is a big thing my guy Mike Brown talks about with us. Defend without fouling. Boston does a great job with that. Last but not least, they got the best duo on basketball. Best duo on basketball. I know you probably say KD and Book. I know you probably say Luka and Kyrie. We don't know. But what I do know is Tatum and Brown work. All right. Tatum and Brown work. They're the best duo. Them getting into the NBA finals last year has opened up their eyes, right? They've been exposed. They play at the highest stage. And now they're like, you know what? Nobody can beat us. They feel like they supposed to won last year. So they came into this season with tons of confidence, and you can see it. Brown took his game to another level. Brown's also a two-way player, could defend and score. Tatum took he averaging 33 points a game. So Tatum took his talent to another level, and he's also a great two-way player. So I got the Celtics, and I don't think they're going to play a game 7. I think it'll be I think it won't be as close as last year because they played 2 game 7s last year. I don't think that's happening this year. I think they're going to roll through the East, and their competition is going to happen in the finals. And,
Man.
hold on, and Dave, Don't sleep on the Cavs.
Oh, I'm not sleeping on them. I just see those three pretty much like solidified. I see the Cavs sneaking up.
I
But
got the Cavs and Philly on the same level. That's just me. I got Cavs, Philly right there. Each other.
See, this is why we gotta talk more football because that's the only time me and Joe can disagree. Right now, I
Oh.
gotta agree with you. Especially with the Cleveland thing. That was gonna be my first thing. I was like, hey, now. But I also want to give my man J-Mo some respect. Philly does have a shot. When I was going over it, I was thinking, I was like, man, Philly could. When I thought we were just doing conference at first, I was like, Philly could sneak and instead of conference, Philly could do this. Philly has that. Philly has this. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, when you have this and you have a little bit of that, and then Boston is like all of that, like the Nickelodeon show, all that, because Boston got all that, and they showed that last night when the best duo, like you said, Joe. I agree with you on that. When that best duo wasn't there, they took that same Bucks team in the overtime. The thing I don't like about the Bucks is Chris Middleton. He's the Achilles heel. If Chris Middleton is, I'm not saying he's bad, Dave. Don't look at me crazy. If Chris Middleton is, if he has a good game, the Bucks show up. If he's off just a little bit, the Bucks sometimes they kind of like they got to find their way. It's Giannis or bust. Like you can't count on Drew Holiday to get you 40 every night. Like that's an anomaly.
no.
And Chris Middleton is supposed to be that second person. And I've seen for too many times when it's the big time, he goes either has a good game or he falls off. He kind of reminds me of Bradley Beal at times. Like he'll be a dog and then he'll just turn into a puppy out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Hey, it happens. Sometimes you go up against the Suns, it happens.
But they're gonna be to play your game.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Middleton is his last name. He's a middle of the pack player. It can go this way or it can go that way. But I'm picking Boston simply because they are the better team overall. The fact that I have this jacket on and I'm saying that I'm picking Boston, it pains me to my core. I wish the Wizards would just get a little bit better. Brogdon is that piece that they needed. Everyone in the East was scouring to get Brogdon, and the one team that everyone said didn't need him got him, and it is proven. Sometimes you just need what is that, like when the waves are, when the tide is too high, and the boat gets to rocking back and forth and everyone's going crazy. Sometimes you just need that person walking and be like, look, bro, we got this. And Brogdon walked in and was like, he's that, look, bro, we got this. They thought it was Al Horford. I mean, he is a vet, but they needed a point guard. Marcus Smart is not the point guard for this team. He's up and down. So Brogdon comes in, he can get you points, he can get you assists, and he can play defense. Kind of like he reminds me a little bit of Avery Bradley on the defensive side, but Avery Bradley was like strictly strapped. Like he was strapped. Like I didn't like playing against that guy at all. And I'm saying it like I was out there on the court. I hated that guy. But he's good. Cleveland is my sleeper because of Donovan Mitchell and the team around him. Like Cleveland get on the right run, just like with everything you said about your Kings. If Cleveland gets on that, it gets the right matchups at the right time, they could find their way probably in the finals as well. They will have to play Boston. But that dog, that's Donovan Mitchell. I could see him giving them a run for their money. Even though Boston, and because Boston was there before, they do want it. But sometimes when you just go up against a guy that got so much to prove, kind of like a guy that was in the Super Bowl. When you go up against a person that just got a lot to prove and he got a whole city backing him, like sometimes that momentum just carries over with the other team is. Like you could be the best team in the world, but when you go against a momentum shift like that, it's just nothing you can do about it. Right now, I'm picking Boston. I love what they're doing. They also, after all the allegations, no one knew where that team was going to go. The fact that the coaching got that team together and they're playing as a squad, and you don't see there's no turmoil within the unit. They kind of remind me of that Golden State team, before, what was it, that 2016, before the fallout, where they had 2 starting fives. All of their role players know their role and they serve their purpose. Boston has that right now. So right now I'm picking Boston. I would love to see a Boston Mavericks finals just for the media spectacle of it. see Kyrie go back with some sage. Like I would love to watch that.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.